Alright, time to find another film I haven't reviewed on my channel yet. The menu does look like it could be fun, we'll see. Tar does look interesting, and oh, wait, there's this movie I gotta review. RRR. I've heard about this movie coming out, I know it's gotten some good reviews, but I haven't thought about watching it because it didn't look all that interesting to me. It looked a little over the top, but I am thinking of giving it a chance now that I've avoided it long enough, but there's no way this movie could exceed my expectations and prove me wrong. There's just no way it can do that, so let's see.
3 hours later.
Hey guys, this is Jason, and I'm finally reviewing RRR, directed by SS Rajamouli, who is best known for directing Bollywood films like the Bahubali films, and to be honest, this is actually the first Bollywood film I have seen. I'm not kidding, I haven't seen any of the other popular ones that they've made, and it's about this guy named Bahim who is trying to get his younger sister back from this wealthy British governor, while at the same time, an Indian officer named Raju is trying to look for him and turn him in. But when Raju runs into Bahim, he doesn't realize that that's the guy he's looking for, and after they save a little kid under a bridge, they become best friends. Like I said before, I haven't seen any other Bollywood film except for this one, and I know I've heard some good ones, and I'll get to them one day, like Zero, but there's been some ones I've heard that are great, and some I've heard are very over the top and ridiculous, and that's how this movie looked from the trailers, and it didn't pique my interest because of that, because it made me think it would be like a Fast and Furious movie, which I don't hate that franchise, it's just not for me, which is why I didn't watch this film when it first came on Netflix. And a lot of people have been requesting some other people to watch this film, including me. Some people have been recommending me to watch the film, and I never got around to watching it until now. This movie definitely goes for some of the crazy, over-the-top, and absurd action scenes that wouldn't happen in real life. Characters singing and dancing to a certain song, and there's drama involved, and it's 3 hours long. So trying to do all of that at once could have made this feel messy and make the film pretty bad. And yet, this movie somehow is able to make it feel cohesive and have a good blend and mesh for the story. I'm being serious. It does have a very cohesive story that gets you engaged and interested in what's going on with the characters, and it makes you accept those ridiculous and random moments that happen, to the kind where they make you go, I know that's something that wouldn't happen in real life, but that was pretty awesome. The action is very well shot. You see everything that's happening on screen with the ridiculous fight scenes that you do end up loving every time it happens, and it's also a very stunning looking movie. I mean, every shot in this movie looks like it came out of a painting, and it's fun seeing some of that crazy over-the-top action happen. Like, there's one scene where a character covers another character with a wet flag so that they don't get burned through a fire, or another character taking grenades, putting them on the tips of the arrows and just shooting them to blow stuff up. It's actually really entertaining to see all of that happen. Now again, the action and the drama and the songs, this could have easily made this film falter like a Fast and Furious movie, and it would have made it cheesy and bad. I will admit, it did bug me a few times when it was showing it, and it has a lot of that in just 3 hours, but I didn't care how over the top it was anymore after that, because I was invested in the story and the characters. They were fun, likable, and engaging, and this movie has a good balance of those over the top moments. Even some of the songs that would randomly play in the film were actually really good and sometimes catchy, but not the kind where it's trying to be a musical at all, which is not, even though sometimes some characters would just randomly sing and dance in those scenes. You would think all of that could have made this film terrible and wouldn't work at all, but it does work. It ends up making most scenes in the film feel effective, like in particular one involving a whip. For me, that is one of the most effective and heart-wrenching moments I've seen in the movie so far this year. And for me, one of the best things about this film are the facial expressions the characters make. Like the kind where you understand what they're saying just by looking at their reactions to certain moments in a scene. And I think that's beautiful that they decided to add that for this film. It definitely makes those scenes feel more effective without using some random exposition to tell you that. Since I've been mentioning this a lot, both Raju and Bahim make this movie feel watchable and fun every time they're on screen together, and there's obviously a bromance going on between the two. I mean, you can see it if you've seen this film already. And they're both very fleshed out. You understand where they're coming from. Like, for one, Bahim is trying to get his sister back from this wealthy governor who has her for drawing art on people's hands and singing a song for them. And you do start to care for Bahim in this film because of that and the struggle that he goes through throughout this film. Then there's Raju, who is, in my opinion, the best character in the whole movie. You definitely understand where he's coming from as well. Like, for one, you see him start out as a officer for the Britons, and you're thinking to yourself, why is he working for the Britons if they're torturing people that don't follow the rules? And without spoiling, he does reveal more about himself as the film progresses, and once you see more of his motivation in his backstory, you start to feel bad for him in those scenes, and sometimes a little teary-eyed. And both Raju and Bahim have wonderful chemistry together. You can definitely buy into their friendship, or bromance, if you can call it that. RRR is a blast from start to finish with an engaging story, great over-the-top action scenes, great characters, good music, really good imagery, and all that blends really well, and it's never a dull moment with this movie since it's 3 hours long. If you haven't seen a Bollywood film or a Tollywood film before, then make this be your first one, like I did. And it does get me interested in watching more Bollywood and Tollywood films in the future. I'm gonna give RRR an A. So guys, if you have seen RRR, what did you think about it if you watched it on Netflix like I did? Did you think it was a great time, or did you think it was terrible? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like this review, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing, which also helps my channel grow bigger. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.